My dad is a wonderful musician, and my mother and stepfather were great record collectors and lovers of all kinds of soul and funk and stuff like that. From 92 to maybe 95, 96, there was a really glorious period where you would have these massive events with everybody from Juan Atkins to Aphex Twin or whoever. And then slowly, for many reasons, including some really prohibitive legislation that scared the shit out of everyone. They started applying crack house laws to raves. And basically you could be taken in for incredibly long sentences as an aspect of the war on drugs, just for throwing a party and just for having people in your venue or in your event who were selling or using or whatever. And there was all kinds of people who went to jail who are still in jail, many of them. And that had a chilling effect. I have the clearest memory of hearing the clip-clop of a horse behind me, which is such a distinct sound. And if you're from Kentucky, we have a lot of mounted police. It's Kentucky and everybody's on horseback. And I turn around and there's a fucking horse and cop on the horse. And I hear the cop say, "Who's in charge?" And the dreaded words, "She is." And I said, "Hello, officer. This is just an electronic music convention. These are artists and academics that have flown in from all over the world. We will be leaving in a few hours to go to our second location." And hand to God, the fucking cop turns around and rides his horse away and leaves all of us downtown. At the time, I felt that Smart Bar had really rejected its identity, or that Chicago, not just Smart Bar, but Chicago really rejected its identity as this place that was the progenitor of house music and all of the other things that came with it. Because house music wasn't just house music. House music was a collision of things. It was Depeche Mode. It was industrial music. It was Teddy Pendergrass. Yep. It was all of the things. Before there was a word for it, there was a thing that existed, and it was the collision of all of those things. And even the name for this, the words house music come from warehouse music, which was just a club. I really rejected the notion of straight clubs and gay clubs and whatever. What made Chicago house great and what made Chicago house culture great was the collision of all of these things. As dance music has developed, is that we have shifted away from certain kinds of diversity. I mean, in Chicago, dance music it's like the city of Chicago. It's it's black, it's Hispanic, it's transgender people, it's women, it's also Polish immigrants. It's people who work in the factories on the weekday and need somewhere to go on Friday night and let off steam. There are so many people who, for so many reasons, have gone unrecognized, and I was one of them. I've been DJing for 20 years, and I don't think I ever made more than $100 to DJ until I was 33. And if there's one of me, there have to be thousands of me. I'm not special. I would love to imagine that I'm some sort of unique phenomenon, and that I'm, king shit of Turd Mountain, and that's why I got to do what I wanted to do for a living. But I know that's not necessarily true. That there are a million people out there who are fighting all the things that I fought, from economic imbalances to lack of peer groups to mentorships to gendered expectations of them, all of that stuff. This is no longer a debatable fact. This is like climate change. This is like evolution. I think even saying that we should have a debate about it, let's have a debate about gender inequality. I am so far past debating this. By even debating this topic, whether it exists, how it impacts people, we are so far past that. We know it exists. everywhere in the world, by even acknowledging that as a plausibly rational point of view, that somehow women don't face these challenges, or that trans people don't face these challenges, or that there aren't less, or that black people aren't getting paid less in dance music than white people. By even lowering the standard of debate to say we would acknowledge this as a possible valid point of view, then we are wasting our time, and we are elevating a point of view that is meritless to a point that it should never even reach. The question isn't if, it's what do we do next? If we're talking about these things and we're only talking about women in America and Europe, then we have failed, because we are a very small group and the world is very, very big. It's okay to ask for help when you need it, and it's okay to learn from someone and with someone. And the reason that we wanted to just have Rupert step up is just to be transparent about it, and to say what is what. And to not let that need be a barrier for you to take what you want to do to the next level. Women can only do so much. It's up to you guys. At some point, we got to get you guys to co-sign the check on this. And it may mean challenging some stuff inside yourself, and that's okay. It doesn't mean anybody's bad. It just means it's where we come from, and changes within ourselves, and but also offering your mentorship, peer groups, welcome women into those spaces that maybe they wouldn't normally be, and think about it. Look inside yourself, because I can't fix this for you.